inventory.
Yo, sick, Paleo. Paleo, you're up so late. Thanks for the gifts of to Rudy. Very kind of you. Rudy and Joy. Yeah. Subbed. Get subbed. Wrecked. Well, welcome. Welcome back. Tomorrow, and yeah, we played some Mario. We'll play some more Mario next time. We'll see if we can get farther in Super Gracie World. But let's yeah, Vuntech, I'm glad somebody's swinging their arms from the side to side. Welcome back to the Super Mario Show Book Club. So much to learn. So I did a thing off stream. I'm sorry I did, but I walked from. So when we ended stream last time, okay, I confess, when we ended stream last time, we were in Ebonheart, and I was reading about the place we'd just been called Rothrun, and they were like, oh, by the way, this guy has one of the indexes that we need for our our Propylon index quest. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, fine, we'll just walk back and we'll pick it up. So that's what I did. I did it off stream. I walked back here, I picked up the Propylon index. That is all.
Do you have something to say, Outlander?
Battle music? Oh. Ahoy there. Yo, and we got the sword last time. It's awesome. We got this awesome ass sword. You can see it on our backs. Out here in the nighttime. What are we doing in Morrowind? Who are we? Where are we?
Your actions precede you, Outlander. I've heard good things about you.
Thank you. Yeah, I am good. You know, we've become so good so fast. We have these boots. And if we evoke these boots, we can just fly. Fuck yeah. Flying and shit. So here we are. Yeah, now we're on top of this place. It's actually not very useful. So we've been doing quests for a single quest line. It's called the Imperial Cult. These were supposedly the boots of Tiber Septim. They are the boots of the Apostle. Levitate 30 to 40 points for 30 seconds. We've got some really good stuff at this point in the game. Pretty good stuff. And we got this awesome ass sword, which is like just OP by almost any measure. A, it does a bunch of frost damage, and B, it does more damage than any weapon we found, and is of the type we are very experienced with. Our long blade skill is our highest skill in the whole game. So where are we going now? We have at least one more like final quest for the Imperial Cult. The Imperial Cult is one of like a bunch of factions. Look how many factions there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8 that we're a part of right now. And we're working on the Imperial Cult. Which all of these factions like gradually give you more quests that are harder over time. And so the quest we got last, we finished this quest here about getting the Ice Blade of the Monarch. And now the Oracle has sent me to the Daedric Shrine of Ashalmimilkala to recover a powerful artifact called the Scroll of Fiercely Roasting, and to return it to her. If I choose a greater challenge and risk, I may try to use the scroll instead to slay Caracolmo, the shrine's ancient high elf priest, and his powerful high elf bodyguard, Mariarin. So we've got a fucking date with this guy. Ashalmimilkala is a large Daedric ruin on a large offshore island south of Narmak, west of the Dunmer stronghold called Hulormaran in the Bitter Coast region. A thin strand of land connects the southern part of the island with the mainland on the coast southwest of the stronghold. Okay, so it's south of Narmak on an island. Must be down here. Yeah, it's like right over here. Okay. On the west side, so we'll catch a boat to Narmak is how we'll do it. Still so much of Vardenfell to see. Okay, so our conundrum. We're low in Magicka. We've been delaying resting though, which is our like free way of recovering stats. You know what? We just walk. I'm not sure if that's the right strat, but it's like if you delay your level up, you get, so whenever you actually level up, you get attribute increases that you can choose. You can choose 3 of them, but you get multipliers on your attribute increases based on what stats you've leveled up. And so it seems like we want that to be high, big, right? Gotta get strong. Real strong. Praise Talos, hell yeah, and now you know a lot about the game. And we're gonna make our way back to this town called Dagenfell, and from there catch a boat. And we'll evoke our shoes again, for good measure. We can evoke our shoes, we can evoke our belt, make ourselves faster, all of this. We can cast a spell to make ourselves faster, look how speedy we are. Zoom in. Yeah, this is right. Yes. Okay, fine. Whatever. Great. That is a Dwemer ruin. We're not going to. Instead, we'll just walk along this bit of range. They added the live action segments to fool the mind into thinking the animated portion was good. Yeah, it's a bit of a switcheroo, right? You're like, oh gosh, this is terrible, and you're like, oh, this is not as terrible. Sometimes the Mario episodes show some creativity, I think. Both in the animation and in the writing, sometimes. But it's few and far between. Yeah, Rudy, I hope you keep your plants alive. I hope that's not a code word for I'll neglect it until it is, you know, a desiccated husk, and then put it out in the trash, as I too often find myself doing with plants. You know, plants really experience survival of the fittest when they're in my care. Same, lol. Oh, great. Yeah. You do what you can. I try. That's the spirit. So we'll catch a boat here, and catching a boat will heal us, actually, as we travel. Can you take us to Narmak? No, but you can go to Cool. Yeah, we go to Cool, and then we turn around.
Is there something I can
We've
do
been
for
here.
you?
Yeah, we've explored Cool. And then we... Oh. A specific place. Rongar's trade house, the Redoran-style building, is on the east side. The rest of town is just fishermen's shacks. Look around if you like. Doubt if anyone will care. The fishing village of Ald Valathi is west, along the coast, past the ruins of Ashalmimilkala. Isn't that east? The Silt Strider goes to Aldrun, Margon, and Nisus. If you're on foot, Nisus is away south of Ald Valathi, and Margon is away southeast of Cool, and there's no good route to either. Solstheim. Severe can take you to Solstheim at a fair price too. Services. Services? You're out of luck. Thongar rents beds and can sell you some food and sundries, but if you need anything else, you might try the Ald Valathi Redoran outpost down the coast to the west. They have a smith and a trader and a little shrine. Someone in particular. Thongar the Nord runs Thongar's trade house, the Redoran-style building over to the east. The rest of these shacks are fishermen's homes. Any advice? Not much up here to keep a questing hero like yourself busy, I'm afraid. It's pretty quiet, and that's the way we like it. You might take a look at the Daedric ruins to the southwest, though. Don't know anything about them myself. No business fooling with that stuff. But they say a lot of those old sites have hidden treasures. Any rumors? Some strange men came through here not long ago. Stopped by Thongar's trade house. Tight-lipped, suspicious bunch. Cool. Cool is just a fishing village, not much else here. You can rent a bed at Thongar's trade house, but other than the Daedric ruins to the southwest, there's not much around here worth looking at. Khajiit. Khajiit love Emperor very much, think of him often. Asha Ahe Eggmine. So, there really was a witch down there, so the rumors were true, and you killed her? Good riddance, and good for you. You can take me to Fort Frostmoth? Where the hell is that? You can't take me to... Oh, no, I've been to Cool. Hello. Yo, thank you, Collie.
The happiest Collie is enjoying the breakfast
Yo,
of
sick.
champions. Hello.
Collie, thank you so much for the 23 months. It's lovely to see you. I hope your day has been good.
Your actions precede you, Outlander. I've
Welcome,
heard good
welcome
things
to
about you.
Morrowind. Solstheim. You want to get to Solstheim? Look around the docks for Severe. His boat can get you there. Curious. Well, that must not have been our boat person. Yeah, that's not our boat person. That's just some person we saw. So I haven't really been in cool. Or if I have, I don't recollect this too much. Let's just go in some of these shacks for a second.
No
Hey, friend.
worries.
Any advice? People around here are
Ask your
suspicious of
question.
strangers asking a lot of questions. Maybe something they're doing isn't exactly legal. They don't want anyone poking around. You understand? Yeah, I get it. I get it. Morrowind. Yeah, we played a bunch of Mario earlier, and we cleared an exit. It was great. It's great to see you. Morrowinding. Dagoth he is the Lord and Father of the mountain. He sleeps, but when he wakes, we shall rise from our dreams, shall sweep the land clean of the Enwa. Why have you denied him?
Yay.
As Lord Dagoth has said, all shall greet him as flesh or as dust. The sixth house, the sleeping house, House Dagoth, the house of Lord Dagoth, the true house, the one house, to welcome all true Dunmer and drive the Enwa from our land. Rejoice and join us. Come to Red Mountain and prepare the way for his coming. Cool. Just a lot of cultists, you know, truly. Got a wee cultist problem here. Yeah, it was great. It was legit
No
great.
worries. I won't hurt you. Ask your question.
Hey friend. Hey Brewrid. Okay, I don't want to explore the rest of this area too much, but I just want to hit these shacks.
Hail, Dunmer.
Hail yourself,
Something?
lady. Okay. Alright, we have 2920. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your short blade skill increased to 26. Book 12. This is the final year, actually, of the 2920 series. This feels like perhaps the longest book series in the game. House. Best house, one house. House. Yeah, I know. It's really emphasizing. The Enwa. Yeah, you see filthy swit. Any rainbows? Rainbow? I do love their insults in this game. Rainbow. God damn it, please. Damn it, Delta. This is why we can't sing nice songs together. If just one more person will rainbow, we'll be rainbowing all over. Wow. I see. You know, if Austin were here, Delta, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Oh, look at me, everybody. I'm so cool. I hang out with lesbians.
Guess what?
Take a look.
And welcome, Kate. A reading rainbow. Thank you. Yes. It only takes 3 rainbows to set off our rainbow. Our reading rainbow command. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for the follow, Kate. All right, Evening Star, book 12. We are reading every book in Morrowind. This is our 190th book we have read. The last of the Evening Star series. So long. Okay. Evening Star, book 12 of 2920, the last year of the first era, by Karlovac Townway. We just did it, Claire, and it has to be 3 different people. It's kind of intelligent like that. 1. Sun's Dusk, 2920. Balmora, Morrowind. The winter morning sun glinted through the cobweb of frost on the window, and Almalexia opened her eyes. An ancient healer mopped a wet cloth across her head, smiling with relief. Asleep in the chair next to her bed was Vivek. The healer rushed to a side cabinet and returned with a flagon of water. So as I recollect, in the last volume of this series, they were fighting a big battle with, I think, the house of Dagoth with like members of House Dagoth. I think that was the gist of this series. How are you feeling, goddess? Asked the healer. Like I've been asleep for a very long time, said Almalexia. So you have. 15 days, said the healer, and touched Vivek's arm. Master, wake up. She speaks. Vivek rose with a start, and seeing Almalexia alive and awake, his face broke into a wide grin. He kissed her forehead and took her hand. At last, there was warmth again in her flesh. Almalexia's peaceful repose suddenly snapped. Sothasil, he's alive and well, replied Vivek, working on one of his machines again somewhere. He would have stayed here too, but he realized he could do you more good working that peculiar sorcery of his. The Castellan appeared in the doorway. Sorry to interrupt you, Master, but I wanted to tell you that your fastest messenger left late last night for the Imperial City. Messenger? Asked Almalexia. Vivek, what has happened? I was to go and sign a truce with the Emperor on the 6th, so I sent him word that it had to be postponed. You can't do me any good here, said Almalexia, pulling herself up with effort. But if you don't sign that truce, you'll put Morrowind back to war, maybe for another 80 years. If you leave today with an escort and hurry, perhaps you can get to the Imperial City only a day or two late. Are you certain you don't need me here? Asked Vivek. I know that Morrowind needs you more. 6. Sun's Dusk, 2920. The Imperial City, Cyrodiil. Yeah, good question, Skulgan. Is this like the actually relevant lore for this game? So, I think Morrowind and in general, the series of texts that make up these books are written in kind of a nice and subtle way, such that there's a lot of sort of like dishonest narration, and there's a lot of like, you know, most of these books are written incorporating like the notion of like changing histories and like biases. And so like I would say that these books are a set of propaganda, or it's like a mythology that propagandizes the triune, the gods, so like Vivek, Almalexia, and Sothasil, because it dramatizes their actions, and like serves them really, really well. And so then these are like a mass marketed set of books that talk about this one year. But I think like it even goes so far as like, I could talk about this for a second. It even goes so far as like the distribution of books in Morrowind follows like a lot of factors. It follows like what people's professions are. It follows what their races are. It follows what their like sort of classes. And so these are like these are sort of like mass market history books for the Morrowind populace. And I would say that they explain the lore about as much as like a mass market religious text would. I think like the sermons of Vivek are probably much closer to like true canon, even though they're like completely like inscrutable most of the time. But the distribution of books in Morrowind is really well done. Like there'd be a lot of religious texts that are like shared between many different towns, and like infrequently, there are certain people will have like rare volumes, so to speak, versus like common volumes. So someone really thought about all of this stuff. They really, you can tell, in my opinion. 6. Sun's Dusk, 2920. The Imperial City, Cyrodiil. The Emperor Ramon III sat on his throne surveying the audience chamber. It was a spectacular sight. Silver ribbons dangled from the rafters. Burning cauldrons of sweet herbs simmered in every corner. Piandine and swallowtails swept through the air, singing their songs. When the torches were lit and servants began fanning the room would be transfigured into a shimmering fantasy land. He could smell the kitchen already, spices and roasts. The potentate Versaduce and his son Severian Chorak slithered into the room, both bedecked in the headdress and jewelry of the Saishi. There was no smile on their golden face, but there seldom was one. The emperor still greeted his trusted advisor with enthusiasm. This ought to impress those savage dark elves, he laughed. When are they supposed to arrive? A messenger's just arrived from Vivec, said the potentate solemnly. I think it would be best if you, your imperial majesty, met him alone. The emperor lost his laughter, but nodded to his servants to withdraw. The door then opened, and the Lady Corda walked into the room with a parchment in her hand. She shut the door behind her, but did not look up to meet the emperor's face. The messenger gave his letter to my mistress, said Ramon, incredulous, rising to take the note. That's a highly unorthodox way of delivering a message. But the message itself is very orthodox, said Corda, looking up into his one good eye. With a single blinding motion, she brought the letter up under the emperor's chin. His eyes widened, and blood poured down the blank parchment. Blank, that is, except for a small black mark, the sign of the Morag Tong. It fell to the floor, revealing the small dagger hidden behind it, which she now twisted, severing his throat to the bone. The emperor collapsed to the floor, gasping soundlessly. How long do you need? Asked Severian Chorak. 5 minutes, said Corda, wiping the blood from her hands. If you can give me 10, though, I'll be doubly grateful. Very well, said the potentate to Corda's back as she raced from the audience chamber. She ought to have been an Akaviri. The way the girl handles a blade is truly remarkable. I must go and establish our alibi, said Severian Chorak, disappearing into one of the secret passages that only the Emperor's most trusted knew about. Do you remember, close to a year ago, your Imperial Majesty, the potentate smiled, looking down at the dying man, when you told me to remember, you Akaviri have a lot of showy moves, but if just one of our strikes come through, it's all over for you. I remembered that, you see. Hey, welcome, La Pingvino. Good to see you. The Emperor spat up blood and somehow said the word snake. I am a snake, your Imperial Majesty, inside and out, but I didn't lie. There was a messenger from Vivec. It seems he'll be a little late in arriving. The potentate shrugged before disappearing behind the secret passage. Don't worry yourself. I'm sure the food won't go bad. The Emperor of Tamriel died in a pool of his own blood in his empty audience chamber decorated for a grand ball. He was found by his bodyguard 15 minutes later. Corda was nowhere to be found. 8 Sun's Dusk, 2920, Care Suvio, Cyrodiil. Lord Glavius, apologizing profusely for the quality of the road through the forest, was the first emissary to greet Vivec and his escort as they arrived. A string of burning globes decorated the leafless trees surrounding the villa, bobbing in the gentle but frigid night breeze. From within, Vivec could smell the simple feast and a high, sad melody. It was a traditional Akaviri wintertide carol. Versaduce greeted Vivec at the front door. I'm glad you received the message before you got all the way to the city, said the potentate, guiding his guest into the large, warm drawing room. We are in a difficult transition time, and for the moment it is not best not to conduct our business at the capital. Hey Smorphosaurus, welcome. Good to see you. Happy Saturday. I hope you're having a great one. I'm good, Smurf. We cleared a Mario exit, and now we're in our happy place. We're reading books in Morrowind. And this is a big one. This is like a big book. It's an important book. There is no heir? asked Vivec. No official one, though there are distant cousins vying for the throne. How about you, Smurf? How are you doing? While we sort the matter out, at least temporarily, the nobles have decided that I may act in the office of my late master. Versaduce signaled for the servants to draw 2 comfortable chairs in front of the fireplace. Would you feel most comfortable if we sign the treaty officially right now, or would you like something to eat first? Oh, Smurf, that sucks. I hope it feels better soon. You intend to honor the Emperor's treaty? I intend to do everything as the Emperor, said the potentate. 14 Sun's Dusk, 2920, Tel Arun, Morrowind. Corda, dusty from the road, flew into the Night Mother's arms. For a moment they stayed locked together, the Night Mother stroking her daughter's hair, kissing her forehead. Finally, she reached her into her sleeve and handed Corda a letter. "What is it?" asked Corda. "A letter from the potentate expressing his delight at your expertise," replied the Night Mother. "He's promised to send us payment, but I've already sent him back a reply. The late Empress paid us enough for her husband's death. Mephala would not have us be greedy beyond our needs. You should not be paid twice for the same murder, so it is written." "He killed Rija, my sister," said Corda quietly, "and so it should be that you struck the blow. Where will I go now? Whenever any of our holy workers becomes too famous to continue the crusade, we send them to an island called Vo Nora. It's not more than a month's voyage by boat, and I've arranged for a delightful estate for your sanctuary." The Night Mother kissed the girl's tears. "You meet many friends there, and I know you will find peace and happiness at last, my child." Tee-hee. Eating seems dangerous in this world. No, we eat sour jellies all day long in Morrowind. Yo, Trappy, doing the Mario. Almalexia, 19 Sun's Dusk, 2920, Mournhold, Morrowind. Almalexia surveyed the rebuilding of the town. The spirit of the citizens was truly inspirational, she thought, as she walked among the skeletons of new buildings standing in the blackened, shattered remains of the old. Even the plant life showed a remarkable resilience. There was life yet in the blasted remains of the comberry and rue brush shrubs that once lined the main avenue. She could feel the pulse. Come springtide, green would bolt through the black. The Duke's heir, a lad of considerable intelligence and sturdy Dunmer courage, was coming down from the north to take his father's place. The land would do more than survive. It would strengthen and expand. She felt the future much more strongly than she saw the present. Of all the things she was most certain of, she knew that Mournhold was forever home to at least one goddess. 22 Sun's Dusk, 2920, The Imperial City, Cyrodiil. That was a good book too, Claire, yeah. "The Cyrodiil line is dead," announced the potentate to the crowd gathered beneath the speaker's balcony of the Imperial Palace. "But the Empire lives. The distant relatives of our beloved Emperor have been judged unworthy of the throne by the trusted nobility who advised His Imperial Majesty throughout his long and illustrious reign. It has been decided that as an impartial and faithful friend of Rahman III, I will have the responsibility of continuing on in his name." The Akaviri paused, allowing his words to echo and translate into the ears of the populace. They merely stared up at him in silence. The rain had washed through the streets of the city, but the sun, for a brief time, appeared to be offering a respite from the winter storms. Hey, welcome, Austin. Good to see you. "I want to make it clear that I am not taking the title Emperor," he continued. "I have been and will continue to be potentate Versaduche, an alien welcomed kindly to your shores. It will be my duty to protect my adopted homeland, and I pledge to work tirelessly at this task until someone more worthy takes the burden from me. As my first act, I declare that in commemoration of this historical moment, beginning on the 1st of Morningstar, we will enter year 1 of the Second Era, as time will be reckoned. Thus we mourn the loss of our imperial family and look forward to the future." Only one man clapped at these words. King Drozel of Senchal truly believed that this would be the finest thing to happen to Tamriel in history. Of course, he was quite mad. 31 Sun's Dusk, 2920, Ebonheart, Morrowind. In the smoky catacombs beneath the city, where Sothasil forged the future with his arcane clockwork apparatus, something unforeseen happened. An oily bubble seeped from a long trusted gear and popped. Immediately the wizard's attention was drawn to it and to the chain that tiny action triggered. A pipe shifted half an inch to the left. A tread skipped. A coil rewound itself and began spinning in a counter direction. A piston that had been thrusting left-right for millennia suddenly began shifting right-left. Nothing broke, but everything changed. "It cannot be fixed now," said the sorcerer quietly. He looked through a crick in the ceiling into the night sky. It was midnight. The Second Era, the Age of Chaos, had begun. Dun dun dun! Oh, holy shit. Damn. Yeah, Smorf, you're like probably the 30th person to ask us about that. Yes! Holy shit. Big moments. What does that mean? An oily bubble seeped from a long trusted gear and popped. Whenceforth came that oily bubble. Yeah, value for money, Austin. Wow, holy shit. Great book, Helga. I'm glad I stopped by. Magic Grease. Yeah, sick.
Tell me what you want. 3 blessings, Sarah.
Just checking it out, friend. Just checking it out. You've got a... Nice.
Greetings.
Yeah, I actually have not been here. The Madness of Pelagius we have read. Check. Spirit of Nirn, God of Mortals, we have read. You're out of uniform. Talk to me when you're serious.
Here's a fine one.
Hey, Thongar, any rumors?
Speak freely.
A group of hard cases came through here recently, and an old dregger says he's seen people putting goods ashore from a small boat on the coast northeast of Cool. I think someone has a smuggler's operation in a cave nearby where they're stashing stuff. Cool. You have a lot of money. You have a lot of money. You buy these? No. You don't buy those. You don't buy that, though. You buy that, too. You buy these? Yeah, you will. That's great. You buy those? Buy that? It's awesome. Well, I guess we'll keep the platter, and we'll ask you... Well, anything else? No, not yet. But we'll ask for what? We ask for like 950? Nice. Bye.
I'm ready for anything. Go ahead.
A book here too? Okay, yeah. Oh, we put on our... Okay, we'll put on our armor. I love the idea that as you go around the world, you can be like, oh, cool, you have this book too? I've read that one already. Yeah, yeah, seriously. It's like... You're like, oh, I remember the themes of that book. And like, I shit you not, it actually is... sort of that thought out. Like, I would wager... Yo, okay, yeah. I would wager that the people who built this sincerely gave thought to it, because they position the book so strategically. It's not even like you just find like, oh, here's a whole series of books, here's a whole series of books. Like, it's not just like scattershot. It's like very targeted. Okay, we've read this crap. Heavy armor. Heavy armor. Heavy armor. Heavy armor. Heavy armor. Yo, 3 endurance is really good, actually. Give me a few more levels here. 4 endurance is great. Yeah, give me 5 endurance for a level up. Nice. Okay, we got 5. We have the money. We'll just take another... We'll take like 3 levels in axes.
Friend.
We get 4 strength. Oh, whoops, I took another heavy armor. That's fine. Alright, axe to 35. We've got the money. Strength 4. That's great. I'll take that. What does our fashion souls look like right now? Oh, we look good. This is what we look like. Holy crap. Yeah, we got these awesome... Let's check out our boots. I don't know if the color comes through too well, but they're like red. They're like a pinkish, iridescent red. We've got this awesome skirt on that like reflects magic. Look at this helmet. Hell is ridiculous. Yeah, it's like it's the mask of Clavicus Vile. This mask shows up in Oblivion and Skyrim. Hey Katana, and welcome. It's good to see you. Do you think the book choices for these NPC characters help flesh out their backgrounds and interests? Yes, I was actually just like talking about that at length a moment ago. So like 5 songs of King Wolfhearth is sort of like, they're like songs, I think of, I don't know, like this one, it's not written like it's like songs that you sing, but I kind of feel like it's like, this is like an outpost town, right? And so they have like fiction, right? They have the Madness of Pelagius. These are like epic tales. And then Spirit of Nirn is like religious, like, it's like a religious text. I completely, in my mind, it completely accentuates them. You know, I'm like, oh, so-and-so, you like to read too. I love reading as well. And then we're like friends, you know? We're best buds. Oh yeah, we talked to you? We did.
What can I do for you?
What can I do for you? Okay, we did a bunch of training. We I don't want to take a level until we have ×3 in another stat. So let's just keep moving. We're gonna go to Narmak. Yeah, just take me there.
Hurry, last boat to Salzstein until the next one.
That was a voice line. Oh, I loved that.
Hurry, last boat to Salzstein until the next one.
Amazing. Great. Destination. My ship, the Omen Weeder, can carry you from Kuhl to Narmak and Dagonfell. We go to Narmak. Well then, yeah, I know. Okay, we're headed south from here. We have a decent amount of inventory space free. We're still heavy. We're a lot heavier than I would like to be. If we run into a Daedra, I want to use Soul Trap. Do I have Soul Trap? I do. And a decent enough chance to cast it, actually. It's not that expensive. But I want to Soul Trap something good into one of our Grand Soul Gems. Okay, we head south from here. I would kind of like to get to Hlormarin, as it might have a quest. Let's head south, I guess. I'm just run along the coast a bit. Oh. Well, what have we found here? Cavern door. Be gone, you loathsome evil person.
No escape.
God, we're just fucking powerful as shit right now, honestly. Relative to these friends.
This is the end of you, Swit.
Hey, watch who you're calling a swit. Okay.
There is no escape.
We just do too much damage. Sorry, friends. Yo, summon a cat from the cat hole. Many a cats have wandered through that cat hole. So I hear. Okay, we go down into water, we go straight ahead. Let's go straight ahead first. Oh, did it explode? It was trapped? I didn't even notice. Ow. A bunch of Imperial stuff, an expensive shirt. What do you got? You bargain lightning shield, ice and chitin. Well, that's what I get for walking into a cave. Ice and chitin is a book. Okay. And an unnamed book. What in heaven's name? What? Okay. God damn it. Yay! Well, your sacrifice will be remembered. Ice and chitin. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your light armor skill increased to 33. Rainbow, rainbow, rainbow.
Take a look. It's
In a book, a reading rainbow. Wonderful. Ice and Chitin by Pletius Spatak. The tale dates to the year 855 of the Second Era, after General Talos had taken the name Tiber Septim and begun his conquest of Tamriel. One of his commanding officers, Betia of Iiolos, had been surprised in an ambush while returning from a meeting with the Emperor. She and her personal guard of 5 soldiers barely escaped and were separated from their army. They fled across the desolate, sleet-painted rocky cliffs by foot. The attack had been so sudden they had not even the time to don armor or get to their horses. "If we can get to the Gorvai Ridge," hollered Lieutenant Ashutus, gesturing toward a peak off in the mist, his voice barely discernible over the wind, "we can meet the legion you stationed in Pornock." "Where?" Betia looked across the craggy landscape, through the windswept hoary trees, and shook her head. "Not that way. We'll be struck down before we make it halfway to the mountain. You can see their horses' breath through the trees." She directed her guard toward a ruined old keep on the frozen isthmus of Nerone, across the bay from Gorvai Ridge. Jutting out on a promontory of the rock. Yo, there's a cat. Wow, you summoned a cat. Thank you, Skulgan. Jutting out on a promontory of rock, it was like many other abandoned castles in northern Skyrim, remnants of Ramon Cyrodiil's protective shield against the continent of Akavir. As they reached their destination and made a fire, they could hear the army of the chiefs of Danstar behind them, making camp on the land southwest, blocking the only escape but the sea. The soldiers assessed the stock of the keep, while Betia looked through the fog-veiled water through the casement of the ruin. She threw a stone, watching it skip across the ice, trailing puffs of mist, before it disappeared with a splash into a crack in the surface. "No food or weaponry to be found, Commander," Lieutenant Ashutus reported. "There's a pile of armor in storage, but it's definitely taken on the elements over the years. I don't know if it's salvageable at all." "We won't last long here," Betia replied. "The Nords know that we'll be vulnerable when night falls, and this old rock won't hold them off. If there's anything in the keep we can use, find it. We have to make it across the ice floe to the ridge." After a few minutes of searching and matching pieces, the guards presented 2 very grimy, scuffed and cracked suits of chitin armor. Even the least proud of the adventurers and pirates who had looted the castle over the years had thought the shells of chitin beneath their notice. The soldiers did not dare to clean them. The dust looked to be the only adhesive holding them together. "They won't offer us much protection. Just slow us down," grimaced Ashutus. "If we run across the ice as soon as it gets dark." Hey, welcome, Sessa. First time I haven't seen you throw your cat over your shoulder off of the desk. You know, I am nice to my cats. This cat in particular usually does not play well on the desk. She both likes the attention, but then will get too excited and will basically attack me and my headphones and everything. And so I yeet her pretty regularly. She got pretty monstrous at one point, actually. The other kitties are nice to have here. Sweetie Pie doesn't come on my desk when I'm streaming, but She does when I'm not. What could be better than reading fantasy novels about pornock and petting kitties? That's what I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. Reading about pornock and petting some pussy. Anyone who can plan and execute an ambush like the war chiefs of Danstar will be expecting that. We need to move quickly now before they're any closer. Bedia drew a map of the bay in the dust and then a semicircular path across the water, an arc stretching from the castle to the Gorvai Ridge. The men should go the long way, across the bay like so. The ice is thick and there are a ways from the shoreline, and there are a lot of rocks for cover. You're not staying behind to hold the castle. Of course not. Bedia shook her head and drew a straight line from the castle to the closest shore across the bay. I'll take one of the chitin suits and try to cross the water here. If you don't see or hear me when you've made it to land, don't wait. Just get to Pornock. Lieutenant Ashutis tried to dissuade his commander, but he knew that she would never order one of her men to perform the suicidal act of diversion. That all would die.
Out of my fucking snatch.
Cool. Would die before they reached Gorvai Ridge if the war chief's army was not distracted. He could find only one way to honor his duty to protect his commanding officer. It was not easy convincing Commander Bedia that he should accompany her, but at last she relented. The sun hung low, but still cast. Yo, Nebulous, welcome! Bow bow. Yo, Nebulous, welcome!
Nebulosus idea Radio's channel.
Yeah,
with
so good to
4
have you. Thank you for the
friends.
raid. I hope your stream was great. Welcome to Morrowind. Welcome to our kitty. But still, the sun hung low, but still cast a diffused glow, illuminating the snow with a ghostly light, when the 5 men and 1 woman slipped through the boulders beneath the castle to the water's frozen edge. Bedia and Ashutis moved carefully and precisely. Okay, Sweet Pea, you gotta move. Okay, go on. Okay. Your browser broke right as the raid started. R.I.P. Nebulous. Well, welcome. I just said hi. And then I hope your stream was great. Valheim was a lot of fun. Were you playing by yourself or with friends? Bedia and Ashutis moved carefully and precisely, painfully aware of each dull crunch of chitin against stone. At their commander's signal, the 4 unarmored men dashed towards the north across the ice. When her men had reached the first fragment of cover, a spiral of stone jutting a few yards from the base of the promontory, Bedia turned to listen for the sound of the army above. Nothing but silence. They were still unseen. Ashutis nodded, his eyes through the helm showing no fear. The commander and her lieutenant stepped onto the ice and began to run. Nice, Nebulous, nice. That's great. Yeah, Valheim is a lot of fun. Any other Valheim enjoyers in the chat? I played a little bit with friends. It's fun. It's a big game. There's a lot to do. I think it's easy to, like, sink a lot of time into it. I have Valheim, yes, Morph? Never heard of it, says Delta. Yeah, likely story. But with love to do it with someone, yeah. It's more fun with friends, for sure, Smurf. So easy to sink too much time into it, I know. It just goes on and on, blarg, blarg, blarg. And like, when you look at the map, and you scroll out, and it's like, the world is this big. It's bigger than me when I was a pumpkin. The patch is always coming. Yeah, it's true. When Bedia had surveyed the bay from the castle ramparts, the crossing closest to shore had seemed like a vast, featureless plain of white. Now that she was down on the ice, it was even more flat and stark. The sheet of mist rose only up their ankles, but it billowed up at their approach like the hand of nature itself was pointing out their presence to their enemies. They were utterly exposed. It came almost as a relief when Bedia heard one of the war chiefs' scouts whistle a signal to his masters. They didn't have to turn around to see if the army was coming. The sound of galloping hoofs and the crash of trees giving way was very clear over the whistling wind. Bedia wished she could risk a glance to the north to see if her men were hidden from view, but she didn't dare. She could hear Ashudas running to her right, keeping pace, breathing hard. He was used to wearing heavier armor, but the chitin joints were so brittle and tight from years of disuse, it was all he could do to bend them. The rocky shore to the ridge still looked at eternity away when Bedia felt and heard the first volley of arrows. Most struck the ice at their feet with sharp cracking sounds, but a few nearly found home, ricocheting off their backs. She silently offered a prayer of thanks to whatever anonymous shellsmith, now long dead, had crafted the armor. Yo, that's cool. They continued to run as the first rain of arrows was quickly followed by a second and third. Snail raid! Yo, wait, what snail? Where? Where's the snail? Yeah, the pumpkin was huge of Untuck, yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Stendar, Ashudas gasped. If there was only leather in the keep, we'd be pierced through and through. Now, if only it weren't so rigid. Yo, Snail Chaser! Bow, bow. Welcome, come on down. Thanks, Snail Chaser, thanks for the raid.
Snail_chaser rated
Fall Guys was fun. Fall Guys, you know, you were doing so good, Snail Chaser. You were playing Fallout New Vegas. You were playing what? I don't even know, other stuff. You were doing so good. And now Fall Guys. Come on, I know you're better than that. You're better than that, Snail Chaser. No, don't let these viewers tell you otherwise. It's not the right content for you. Hey, welcome Hobby, welcome Hungry Dar. Indeed, the guys fell. Well, I hope you're having fun. He's playing communist cop game. Oh, good. That's more like it. You know, Disco Elysium. Okay, this is the, you know, it's the really elitist stuff, the good stuff. Snail. I'm glad. Well, thank you for the raid. Welcome. We are reading books in Morrowind. That's what we're doing. It's our vibe. This is, I think, our 191st book, and we have another book after this. Questing in Morrowind, our first playthrough. How exciting. Bedia felt her own armor joints begin to set, her knees and hips finding more and more resistance with every step. There could be no denying it. They were drawing closer toward the shore, but they were running much more slowly. She heard the first dreadful galloping crunch of the army charging across the floe toward them. The riders were cautious on the slippery ice, not driving their horses at full speed, but Bedia knew that they would be upon the two of them soon. The old chitin armor could withstand the bite of a few arrows, but not a lance driven with the force of a galloping horse. The only great unknown was time. The thunder of beating hooves was deafening behind them when Ashudas and Bedia reached the edge of the shore. The giant, jagged stones that strung around the beach blockaded the approach. Beneath their feet, the ice sighed and crackled. Oh, roll into hay! Thanks for the follow. They could not stand still, run forward, nor run back. Straining against the tired metal in the armor joints, they took 2 bounds forward and flew at the boulders. The first landing on the ice sounded an explosive crack. When they rose for the final jump, it was on a wave of water so cold it felt like fire through the thin armor. Ashudas' right hand found purchase in a deep fissure. Bedia gripped with both hands. Yo, sick welcome, Humphrey! Welcome, Humphrey. Thank you so much for the raid. Put your hands in the air like you just don't care about that raid that just came in.
Humphrey raided
Yo,
channel
I was
with
wait.
11 friends.
Hey, Remote Tenor. Welcome, everybody. Fitness and health. A fit and healthy Twitch.tv streamer? I never. No, I hope our stream is great. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for choosing us, Humphrey. We are working our way through Morrowind, working our way through these books. Having a great time of it. Bedia gripped with both hands, but her boulder was slick with frost. Faces pressed to the stone, but they could not turn to face the army behind them. But they heard the ice splintering and the soldiers cry out in terror for just an instant. Then there was no sound but the whining of the wind and the purring lap of the water. A moment later, there were footsteps on the cliff above. The 4 guardsmen had crossed the bay. There were 2 to pull Betia up from the face of the boulder, and another 2 for Ashutis. They strained and swore at the weight, but finally they had their commander and her lieutenant safely on the edge of Gorvai Ridge. By Mara, that's heavy for light armor. Yes, smiled Betia wearily, looking back over the empty, broken ice floe, the cracks radiating from the parallel paths she and Ashutis had run. But sometimes, that's good. Oof, okay. Our next book, Unnamed Book. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your short blade skill increased to 27. Yeah, me angrily taking notes, yeah. I'm sure. Lots of good feedback for the streamer, I hope. Just a pulsating mass of writhing frogs, just like tadpoles. Be fun to have a wiggling iOS tadpole. Is there some secret reason why I only see iOS Hyperwave instead of the waving froggies that appear on stream? Yeah, Daddy Dog Author, those are, they're not Twitch.tv emotes. They're better Twitch.tv emotes, which is a different extension that lets you upload a lot more emotes. And then people who have the extension installed can see them. But because I have the extension running for this chat, you can see them in this chat. So you could type iOS Hyperwave and it would show up here. But I think it's because you used the quotations that it didn't. Oops. iOS Hyperwave. Yeah. Yeah. Rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. The problem with thieves today, said Lidos, is the lack of technique. I know there's no honor among thieves, and there never was, but there used to be some pride, some skill, some basic creativity. It's in a book, a reading rainbow. Thank you. It really makes those of us with a sense of history despair. Imolen sneered, slamming down his flagon of grief violently on the rough-hewn table. Vivek, what do you want us to say? You asks us, what do you do when you see a guard? And I says, stab the fetcher in the back. What do you prefer? We challenge him to a game of chits? So much ambition, so little education, said Lidos with a sigh. My dear friends, we aren't mugging some Nord tourist fresh off the ferry. The Cobbler's Guild Hall may not sound intimidating, but tonight, when the dues collection is housed there before being sent to the bank, the security is going to be tighter than a Kwama's ass. You can't just stab at every back you encounter and expect to make it into the vaults. Why don't you explain specifically what you'd like us to do? Asked Galsaya calmly, trying to keep the tone of the group down. Most locals at the Plot and Plaster Corner Club in Teleroon knew enough not to listen in, but she knew better than to take any chances. The common thief, said Lidos, pouring himself more grief, warming to his subject. Kwama? It's like they make Kwama eggs. I think they lay the Kwama eggs in the egg mines. What are these people doing with them? Yeah, just, you know, those mine workers spend all day down in those egg mines. Yeah, I don't know. But she knew better than to take any chances. The common thief, said Lidos, pouring himself more grief, warming to his subject, sticks his dagger in his opponent's back. This may slay the target, but more often gives him time to scream and drenches the attacker with blood. Not good. Now, a good throat slashing, properly executed, can both slay and silence a guard and leave the thief relatively blood-free. And after all, after the robbery, we don't want people seeing a bunch of blood-soaked butchers running through the streets. Even in Teleroon, that's likely to warrant suspicion. If you can catch your victim lying down asleep or resting, you are in an excellent position. You place one hand over the mouth with your thumb and under the chin, then you use your other hand to slit the throat and quickly turn the head to one side so the body bleeds out away from you. There is a risk here of becoming bloodstained if you don't move the head quickly enough. If you're unsure, strangle the victim first to avoid the blood that tends to spurt out in 3-foot jets when someone is stabbed while alive. Oh boy, this book. A very good friend of mine, a thief in Nisus, whose name I won't mention, swears by this strangle and slash technique. Simply put, you grab your victim's throat from behind, and while throttling him, you batter his face against the opposite wall. When the victim is thus rendered unconscious, you slash his throat while still holding him from behind, and the risk of staining one's clothes with blood is practically non-existent. The classic technique, which requires less grappling than my friend's variation, is to place one hand over the opponent's victim's mouth and then saw through the throat in 3 or 4 strokes rather like playing a violin. It requires little effort, and while there's quite a bit of blood, it all jets forward away from you. There's no reason when one knows one is going to be slitting some throats not to take some precautions and bring some extra equipment. The best neck hackers I know generally carry a bit of wadded cloth on the aft side of their knives to keep blood from getting on their cuffs. It's impractical for this sort of assignment, but when you're only anticipating 1 or 2 victims, damn it, no, oh, Delta. Nothing beats throwing a sack over the target's head, drawing the string tight, and then supplying the killing blow or blows. Imogen laughed loudly. Can I see a demonstration sometime? Very soon, said Litos, if Galsaya has done her job. Galsaya brought out the map of the guildhouse, freshly stolen, and they began to detail out the strategy. The last several hours had been a whirlwind to all. In less than a day, the 3 had met, formulated a plan, bought or stolen the necessary ingredients, and were about to execute it. Not one of the 3 were sure whether confidence or stupidity were driving the other 2, but the fates were aligned. The guildhouse was going to be robbed. When the sun set, Litos, Galsaya, and Imogen approached the cobbler's guildhouse on the east end of town. Galsaya used her cachous of stoneflower to mask their scent from the guard wolves. What's that word? The guard wolves as the 3 passed over the parapets. Cashew, a pleasant-smelling lozenge sucked to mask bad breath. Cool. As the 3 passed over the parapets, she also acted as a lead scout, and... Oh, wait. I want to hear this. Say it. It's like cashew. Cool. She also acted as a lead scout, and Litos was impressed. For someone of relative inexperience, she knew her way through shadows. Litos' expertise was demonstrated a dozen times, and the guards were of such a diverse variety, he was able to demonstrate all the means of silent assassination he had developed over the years. Imogen opened the vault in his unique and systematic method. As the tumblers fell beneath his fingers, he softly sang an old dirty tavern song about the 99 loves of Boethia. He said it helped him focus and organize difficult combinations. Within seconds, the vault was open, and the gold was in hand. They left the guildhouse an hour after they entered. No alarm had been raised. The gold was gone, and corpses lay pooling blood on the stone floors within. Well done, my friends. Well done. You learned well, Litos said as he poured the gold pieces into the specially designed compartments in his tunic's sleeves, where they held fast with no jingling or unusual bulges. We'll meet back at the plot and plaster tomorrow morning and split up the bounty. The group parted ways. The only person who knew the most covert route through the city's sewer system, Litos, slipped in through a duct and vanished below. Galsaya threw on her shawl, muddied her face to resemble an old Falah fortune teller, and headed north. Imogen headed east into the park, trusting his unnatural senses to keep him away from the city watch. Now I teach them the greatest lesson of all, thought Litos as he sloshed through the labyrinthine tunnels of sludge. His guar was waiting where he left it at the city gates, making a laconic lunch of the chokeweed shrub to which it had been leashed. On the road to Vivek, he thought of Galsaya and Imogen. Perhaps they had been caught and brought in for questioning already. It was a pity he couldn't see them undergoing interrogation. Who would break under pressure first? Imogen was certainly the tougher of the 2, but Galsaya doubtless had hidden reserves. It was merely intellectual curiosity. They thought his name was Litos, and he was meeting them at the plot and plaster. The authorities wouldn't therefore be looking for a Dunmer named Sathis, celebrating his wealth miles and miles away in Vivek. As he prodded his mount forward and the sun began rising, Sothis pictured Galsaia and Imolen not undergoing interrogation, but sleeping the good deep sleep of the wicked, dreaming of how they would spend their share of the gold. Both would wake up early and rush to the plot and plaster. He could see them now, Imolen laughing and carrying on, Galsaia hushing him to avoid bringing undue attention. They would take a couple of flagons of grief, perhaps order a meal, a big one, and wait. Hours would pass, and so would their moods, the chain of reactions that every betrayed person exhibits: nervousness, doubt, bewilderment, anger. The sun was fully risen when Sothis reached the stables of his house on the outskirts of Vivec. He reined in his guar and filled its feed. The rest of the stalls were empty. It wouldn't be until that afternoon when his servants returned from the feast of St. Rilms and Nisus. They were good people, and he treated them well, but from past experience he knew that the servants talked. If they began to connect his absences with thefts in other towns, it was only a matter of time before they would go to the authorities or blackmail him. After all, they were human. It was best, in the long run, to give them a week off with pay whenever he was out of town on business. He slipped the gold into the vault in his study and went upstairs. The schedule had been tight, but Sothis had given himself a few hours to rest before his household returned. His own bed was wonderfully soft and warm compared to the dreadful mattress he had used at the Canton and Teleroon. Sothis woke up some time later from a nightmare. For a second, after he opened his eyes, he thought he could still hear Imolen's voice nearby, singing the 99 loves of Boethia. He lay still in his bed, waiting, but there was no sound.
Mandatory.
Yo, King Curly. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the gift sub to Claire Butt. Well, Buttspot. Buttspot, yes. Thanks for the joke gift, Curly. Excellent. I hope Claire Butt is a real person who comes in and is like, excuse me? What? Amazing. Wow. There's a user for everything these days. Sothis woke up sometime later from a nightmare. For a second after he opened his eyes, he thought he could still hear Imolen's voice nearby, singing the 99 loves of Boethia. He lay still in his bed, waiting, but there was no sound except the usual creaks and groans of his old house. Afternoon sunlight came through his bedroom window in ribbons, catching dust. He closed his eyes. The song returned, and Sothis heard the vault door in his study swing open. The smell of stoneflower filled his nose, and he opened his eyes. Only a little of the afternoon sunlight could pierce the inside of the burlap sack. A strong, feminine hand clamped over the mouth, and a thumb jabbed under his chin. Just as his throat opened and his head was shoved to the side, he heard Galsaia in her typical calm voice. "Thank you for the lesson, Sothis." Damn, yo, they got murdered. Jeez. Hope Sothis is okay.
Queench Ortal's achievement unlocked. Another book radio's high.
Yo, another book read. Yo, thank you. Achievement unlocked. We read that book. Yo, huge money. Absolutely huge, huge money. Yeah. It's funny how some of these... I'm almost inclined to take that. It's all CV. That gives me all CV and Divine on items, which is honestly a really good Magicka saver. 1 and 0.1. Yeah, we'll take it. Thanks for the achievement, Queen Chortles. Dwarven Hammer. Cool. Good. Good, good, good. Very good. So much money in these, in some of these caves, honestly. Take it, I guess. No. I mean, I don't know, maybe a human soul would be more powerful than, like, the animal souls. Maybe that's what we should try. Maybe we should try soul trapping a human. No. Haha, capture human souls for our foul purposes. So much good stuff. It's ridiculous how much money is just like stashed. I guess it's like this is supposed to be their hideout where they stash all their goods. If so, I like it. Okay, wow, we read for forever. Let's continue. Are we the baddies? Yeah, I mean, you know, we're a force of, how do you say? Sincere.
Three blessings. Give in.
We're a force of sincere violence upon this land. No, he's gonna kill me. Oh, nope. No, no, no. Yo. The one life. Oh my god, okay. Holy shit, our poison resistance. Jeez. 1 HP in a dream. Doing it. Loving it. Living it. Iios, Morph, have a good rest of your evening. Thanks for hanging out. Would it even be bad to have the human soul powering a flaming solar sword or some shit? That sounds rad. I know, right? Sentient flaming sword. These like unlock scrolls are also just incredible. Incredible for us. Try and remember the next time we find a human to cast Soul Trap. We almost died. Invisibility for 10 seconds? It's a straight up invisibility ring. God, this is a bunch of crap I have to offload now. It's kind of annoying, but... Honestly, it's just not bad to have amulets for some of these things. Like an amulet of mark instead of having to cast it. It's just like, I don't have that much magicka recovery at the moment. Whatever. Okay, then I think there was something down here. What's this? Just a post. What? Bestie vibes only. Yeah, fuck yeah, KQ. Girl of the month. Or Robbie P vibes. Cool. Yeah, bestie vibes only. I can get with that. Processing. How to sell moon sugar and skooma? I mean, broadly. No. Sell it to certain people, I guess. There are some people who will buy it. I'm sure we'll figure it out eventually. What is eating up so much weight for us right now? Everything. Potions, books. A bunch of shit. Okay. See, if I keep exploring like this, though, we're gonna have to make some really hard choices about inventory. I guess let's go back to Narmak here and sell off some stuff first. Ooh-wee. Yeah, because the place where we're heading will really want... Oh, hi. Will really want... Boots of the Apostle. You found the boots. You must tell me all about it. Yeah, hell yeah, I did. Ring of the Wind. So you found the Ring of the Wind, eh? Good for you. Yeah, thanks. Training. Switchcraft Athletics. Barter. 199, eh? Oh, I don't even want to sell to you. You hate me. No, you don't hate me. Okay, whatever. Here. I don't even want the Pilgrim's Path at the moment. Ice and Chitin. Keep that. Okay. Offer. Great. How about you, barter? Oh, would these other people buy... Would you buy skooma from me? God damn it. Can I just chug the skooma? Will that help me? It doesn't. Tell you what, I'm just gonna leave my skooma right here, and, you know, anybody touches it, and I'll fucking kill you. God, I just have too much. I have so much bullshit. God damn it. Straight up invisibility sounds really useful for us. I don't want the detect enchantment ring. Need to make some hard decisions here. I don't want this belt. I only need one of these. I don't want this helm. I don't want that. I don't want that. So picky. So choosy. I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay. I don't want that. I don't want that. Oh, it's worth way too much. Give me this back. Okay, great. Take all my shit. Great. Who is Lorcan? Lorcan is like the god of, like the earth. Lorcan is like the earth, literally. He was like a god created... Like, Lorcan tricked the other Aedra and Daedra, essentially, or like, into coming to the earth, but Lorcan created the earth. So you found the legendary boots. Congratulations. I don't know much about them, but I'm sure you should be proud. I feel like you're patronizing me. Ring of the Wind. So you found the Ring of the Wind. Fascinating. Sit down and tell me about it.
I am never too
I think that's who Lorcan is. Okay, we're just gonna try and sell stuff to a few people here for a second before we get going. No.
Yes.
You? No.
Yes, Outlander. How do you do?
Ba-ba-dum-bum. No, I don't want to train. I want to buy and sell. We're gonna have to make do. I should... Okay. Here's what we'll do. Here's what we do. Okay, I have a plan. I have a plan. My plan involves using the game mechanics. Ahaha, okay. Right. Have a sleep amulet? No, I don't want that. Amulet of Mark. Thank you. We mark ourselves. Great. Okay, and now we...
Well, what have we here?
Okay, now we... Amulet of Almseve. Where are we? Yes, this is where I wanted to be. Good. Perfection. Thank you. Okay. Boots. Well, I'll take... Oh, shit. Okay. Definitely don't need 2 Dwemer Cuirasses, that's for sure. Take that Wild Sparkblade? Yeah, take that too, take that too. Sick! Okay, great. Okay, we made it back to our dump spot. Where we can dump stuff. Okay, well, we're gonna toss this Dwemer Cuirass. That'll bring us down to 280, and that's a really good spot. But while we're here, we're gonna do something else. Actually, I'm gonna let myself get a tiny bit distracted, if you don't mind. One who brought about the creation of Mundus is one of the main things he's known for. Yeah.
Yes, Outlander.
I knew it. Prepare me. Pardon. Take this Dwemer Cuirass. Thank you. And then I'll offer you 570 for it. Offer. Goodbye.
Well met.
Okay, and then we walk up here. We go to the rich alchemist, who is over here. Fine alchemist. Indeed. Barter. Nice. This is where, finally, this is what we've been waiting for. There's 2k gold in the bag. And then... yeah. We sell what we can. Collection, shadow, swift spam, restore agility. Keep those. Keep those. Fine. Okay. Great. We just made a bunch of money. Yo, hey, Rohamild, welcome. Sick. Okay. We need to keep this in the back of our heads. Balmora's alchemist is loaded. Loaded. Okay, it's time to go do sincere imperial justice on some local gang members. So last time, wow, we moved so fucking fast. Last time we were here, we were just moving. Last time we were here, we tried and failed to do this quest for the Imperial Cult. I'm sorry, Imperial Legion, which involves bringing imperial justice to this foul den. Imperial, Imperial Writ, Imperial Justice. So figured out a few things here, actually. We have a couple of plans. For one, we have some summoning spells that we can be prepared to use. So we can summon, for example, I guess, sure, a Flame Adronach, for example. And then another thing we can do is we can provoke these people into attacking us. By being rude to them. Would be like, sir, I don't like the look of your shirt, sir. And eventually they'll draw first blood. They draw first blood, and then we can, you know, dispose of them. You know, just like that. Don't you carry around a kiss in your back pocket? That's a weird quote. Yeah. Okay, so we say, hey bro. And you taunt. Taunt success. You lose. Your speechcraft kill increased to 41. Okay. Well, I'm gonna save that. Taunt. Taunt success. You've chosen your own death, Dark Elf. Okay. Taunt. Taunt success. I hope your sword is as sharp as your tongue. Yeah, me too. Why did I just do this? Oh, thanks. Taunt. That does it. Goodbye.
You will die.
Oh shit. We did it! Okay. Can I do that 5 more times? Okay, well hurry up now. I need to taunt all of these assholes. Yes, yes. Well, no, we don't actually have... I don't think we have Tamriel rebuilt. The specific set of mods we're using was the I Love Vanilla mod set, which should not have Tamriel rebuilt, I think. Rojo Mild, because I didn't want to add in... Because I just haven't experienced Morrowind before, so I didn't want to... Taunt success, you will lose. I didn't want to... Like... I didn't want to be unable to differentiate between, like, the extra content and the original content. Taunt. Taunt fail. Taunt. Taunt success. Taunt. Taunt success. Taunt. Taunt fail. Taunt. Taunt fail. Taunt. Taunt fail. Why am I pathetic? And we need to fight, sir. Why do you have a million? Nothing I would tell you. Get lost. Wow. Here, take 100 gold. Taunt. Taunt fail. 5 success. Whoops. Taunt. Oh, I didn't mean to give 1,000. Oh my god, I hate this. Taunt. Taunt success. Taunt success, that does it. Can I get my money back after this? This is so dumb. Great, I'm gonna assume that's my money. Thank you. Jeez. Oh, does it actually? Oh, really interesting, Rojo Mild. Okay, that's interesting. Well, it's been fantastic so far. I'm learning so much about just the whole world. That's really interesting, then. I don't even know what content we're seeing. Alright. I taunt you!
Book is book.
Book is book! I taunt you again! Taunt. Taunt! Taunt. Wait, really? Do I have to be like... extra charming or something? To make this work? Like... Why can't I persuade you to let me taunt you? Taunt! This is so goofy. Taunt. 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 It's like, I need to like... Taunt. No. Taunt. Dude. Taunt. It's I think it's I Heart Vanilla, actually. Why do you bribe them again? Because I need them to attack me. And it seems as though I needed, like, a successful... It seems as though I needed a successful taunt, like at the very bottom. Taunt! See? Oh, now shit goes off. Thank you for the money. Yay! See? It works exactly like I understood it to work. Oh, there's still you.
My time is precious, so make it quick.
Yay. I have a lot of money. Persuasion. Taunt! It's almost like it gets into a point where, like, that's it. That does it.
You will die!
Ow. Good game. Okay. It's almost like it gets to a point where it doesn't want to allow you to taunt more until you like exit and come back in. Okay, well, we murdered everybody. We killed all the bad people. Hooray! Hooray, we did it! Yeah, we'll take these potions by and large, sure. Yeah. Great, thank you. Who could have done this? Strawberry shoes, gloves, belt, pants. Okay. Yeah, you can keep all that stuff. Great. Video you saw explained that every new release of Tamriel is like an official release sizes expansion. Yeah, I don't think we'll, I'm not sure when we'll leave the island.
Answers.
I like your headdress. Cool. Okay, we're gonna offload as much of this crap as we can so we can get out of here. And we're gonna turn in that quest that we just finished. Hydrolasa. Decent amount. Yeah, take that too. Good. Very good. Take this brandy. Take that. Take this Flynn. Great. And like $6.50 for it. Great. Thank you.
Is there something I can
Why
do
did you
for
kill them all? We have a quest to kill them all. In my defense, we had a quest. So they're part of the Tong. No, Kamanatong. Sorry, they're part of the Kamanatong. And as a result, they were bad. Okay, they were real bad. Larius Varro, the leader of the Fort Moonmoth area thing, told us to. So I just did it. Just to see if I would feel anything. I'll keep Restore Fatigue. We have a lot of Restore Fatigue potions at this moment. It's heavy. Okay, but our weight is under control now. News update. iios's weight is under control. Alright, let's go. Let's go turn this stuff in.
You should find healing.
Yeah, I look fine. Worry about yourself. Dark. Well, I mean, you know, they were also not very nice to us. So, there's that. Yeah, they said they didn't like my shoes, and I took offense. Hey, Abuela, by the way, welcome. There we go. I mean, who does that, you know? Puts down a lady's shoes. So I smote them. I smote them into their... and left them in the dankness of their corner club. May that be a lesson unto you. I was like, why are you so obsessed with me? Yeah.
What say you?
Facts. Okay. Oh, we can do some shopping here too. That's great. Shopping, shopping, shopping. Okay, not Rad Hardheart, but actually
Well, here's
Larius
the fine
Faro.
one. Speak freely.
Hey, bro.
What say you?
Bad people. Oh, the bad people are the Kamanatong. I thought everybody knew that. They're a criminal organization. Unfortunately, I don't know who the Kamanatong are. No one will tell me because I'm an officer, and it is against the code to tell officers things. But people in the Thieves Guild hate the Kamanatong. I bet if you asked the Thieves Guild, they would cheerfully tell you who the bad people are and where to find them. Well, about that, work. I see everything's been taken care of, and, remarkably enough, without creating any problems of a legal nature. You are far more discreet than I had hoped. I'm so glad I found that nice present from the Emperor here. It seems to be a ring, a very nice ring. There was no note with it, I'm afraid, but I'll let the Emperor know you've received it. I'm sure he'll be pleased. And also from me, because of your exceptional discretion, take this special volume from my own library with my compliments. Work. Never mind about that work. As I said, it's all been taken care of, and I hope you like your present. Nice present. Do you like it? It's called the Ring of Surroundings. It's useful for sneaking about. I don't know much about it, but I believe it used to belong to a bad person. We don't usually need that sort of thing in the Legion. We're a little more straightforward in our methods, usually. Little story. So the little story has a perfect ending. All the bad people washed away. It almost makes you believe in the power of prayer. Bad people. The bad people I was talking about, they're all good people now. I think you may have had something to do with that. Possibly. Yikes. Okay. We're gonna catch Catnap here. But I would appreciate another point in something else before we do that. But before we do that, let's just talk to a few more people. Yeah, what was this ring again? Another stealth ring? Like, do I really need that? Chameleon 20 to 30% for 30 seconds on self. You know, we have an amulet that's Chameleon 80% for 60 seconds on self. So why is this one worth 12,000 gold?
What say you?
They probably put a lot of work into building that fence, and you just come along and take it. Rude. You know, everything I see belongs to me. Everything I see belongs to me, Katanan, okay?
Go ahead. I'm all ears.
Biography of the Wolf Queen. No way. Okay, well, what do you know? What do you know? You have gained knowledge from this book. Your speechcraft skill increased to 43. This is like the 8th biography of the Wolf Queen I've read. Did I buy this game though, Graham? It was so far back in history. Wonder if Steam will tell me when I acquired the game. I bet I bought this in like 2009 or something. Biography of the Wolf Queen, Volume 21. Biography of the Wolf Queen by Qatar Arifanes. Few historic figures are viewed as unambiguously evil, but Potema, the so-called Wolf Queen of Solitude, surely qualifies for that dishonor. Born to the imperial family in the 67th year of the Third Era, Potema was immediately presented to her grandfather, the Emperor Uriel Septim II, a famously kind-hearted man, who viewed the solemn, intense babe and whispered, "She looks like a she-wolf, about ready to pounce." Potema's childhood in the imperial city was certainly difficult from the start. Her father, Prince Pelagius Septim, and her mother, Kizara, showed her little affection for their brood. Her eldest brother Antiochus, 16 at Potema's birth, was already a drunkard and womanizer, infamous in the empire. Her younger brothers, Sepphoris and Magnus, were born much later, so for years she was the only child in the imperial court. By the age of 14, Potema was a famous beauty with many suitors, but she was married to cement relations with King Montiarco of the Nordic Kingdom of Solitude. She entered the court, it was said, as a pawn, but she quickly became a queen. The elderly King Montiarco loved her and allowed her all the power she wished, which was total. When Uriel Septim II died the following year, her father was made emperor, and he faced a greatly depleted treasury thanks to his father's poor management. Pelagius II dismissed the Elder Council, forcing them to buy back their positions. In 3rd Era 97, after many miscarriages, the Queen of Solitude gave birth to a son, who she named Uriel after her grandfather. Montiarco quickly made Uriel his heir, but the queen had much larger ambitions for her child. 2 years later, Pelagius II died, many say poisoned by a vengeful former council member, and his son, Potema's brother Antiochus, took the throne. At age 48, it could be said that Antiochus's wild seeds had yet to be sown, and the history books are nearly pornographic in their depictions of life at the imperial court during the years of his reign. Potema, whose passion was for power, not fornication, was scandalized every time she visited the imperial city. Montiarco, king of Solitude, died the springtide after Pelagius II. Uriel ascended to the throne, ruling jointly with his mother. Doubtless Uriel had the right and would have preferred to rule alone, but Potema convinced him that his position was only temporary. He would have the empire, not merely the kingdom. In Castle Solitude, she entertained dozens of diplomats from other kingdoms of Skyrim, sowing seeds of discontent. Her guest list over the years expanded to include kings and queens of High Rock and Morrowind as well. For 13 years, Antiochus ruled Tamriel and proved an able leader, despite his moral laxity. Several historians point to proof that Potema cast the spell that ended her brother's life, but evidence one way or another is lost in the sands of time. In any event, both she and her son Uriel were visiting the imperial court in 3rd Era 112 when Antiochus died and immediately challenged the rule of his daughter and heir, Kintyra. Potema's speech to the Elder Council is perhaps helpful to students of public speaking. She began with flattery and self-abasement. "My most august and wise friends, members of the Elder Council, I am but a provincial queen, and I can only assume to bring to issue what you yourselves must have already pondered." She continued on to praise the late emperor, who was a popular ruler in spite of his flaws. He was a true septim and a great warrior, destroying, with your counsel, the near-invincible armada of Paiandinea. But little time was wasted before she came to her point. The Empress Magna unfortunately did nothing to temper my brother's lustful spirits. In point of fact, no whore in the slums of the city spread out on more beds than she. Had she attended to her duties in the imperial bedchamber more faithfully, we would have a true heir to the empire, not the half-wit, milksop bastards who call themselves the emperor's children. The girl called Kintyra is popularly believed to be the daughter of Magna and the captain of the guard. Wow, this is libel? So libelous. I know, in the other set of books, right, Daddy Dog out there? It must have been in the other set of books. It may be that she's the daughter of Magna and the boy who cleans the cistern. We can never know for certain. Not as certainly as we can know the lineage of my son Uriel, the last of the Septim dynasty. Despite Potema's eloquence, the Elder Council allowed Kintyra to assume the throne as Empress Kintyra II. Potema and Uriel angrily returned to Skyrim and began assembling the rebellion. Details of the War of the Red Diamond are included in other histories. We need not recount the Empress Kintyra II's capture and eventual execution in High Rock in the year 3rd Era 114, nor the ascension of Potema's son, Uriel III, 7 years later. Her surviving brothers, Sepphoris and Magnus, fought the Emperor and his mother for years, tearing the empire apart in a civil war. When Uriel III fought his uncle Sepphoris in Hammerfell at the Battle of Ichidog in 3rd Era 127, Potema was fighting her other brother, Uriel's uncle Magnus, in Skyrim at the Battle of Falkenstar. She received word of her son's defeat and capture just as she was preparing to mount an attack on Magnus's weakest flank. The 61-year-old Wolf Queen flew into a rage and led the assault herself. It was a success, and Magnus and his army fled. In the midst of the victory celebration, Potema heard the news that her son, the Emperor, had been killed by an angry mob before he had even made it for trial in the imperial city. He had been burned to death within his carriage. Yeah, the speech must be a primary source, right? Because there's two separate works that both quote it. Yeah. The speech is word for word, right? Yeah, it's a very interesting detail, actually. When Sepphoris was proclaimed emperor, Potema's fury was terrible to behold. She summoned Daedra to fight for her, had her necromancers resurrect her fallen enemies as undead warriors, and mounted attack after attack on the forces of Emperor Sepphoris I. No, we got a skill point for opening this book. Her allies began leaving her as... This is a different... We read a series of books called The Wolf Queen, which was a 6-volume? 8. We have not even read all of them. There's an 8-volume series called The Wolf Queen. So it's about these same events. Her allies began leaving her as her madness grew, and her only companions were the zombies and skeletons she had amassed over the years. The Kingdom of Solitude became a land of death. Stories of the ancient Wolf Queen being waited on by rotting skeletal chambermaids and holding war plans with vampiric generals terrified her subjects. Potema died after a month-long siege on her castle in the year 3rd Era 137 at the age of 70. While she lived, she had been the Wolf Queen of Solitude, daughter of the Emperor Pelagius II, wife of King Montiarco, aunt of the Empress Kentyra II, mother of Emperor Uriel III, and sister of the Emperors Antiochus and Sepphoris. 3 years after her death, Sepphoris died, and his and Potema's brother Magnus took the throne. Her death has hardly diminished her notoriety. Though there is little direct evidence of this, some theologians maintain that her spirit was so strong she became a Daedra after her death, inspiring mortals to mad ambition and treason. It is also said that her madness so infused Castle Solitude that it infected the next king to rule there. Ironically, that was her 18-year-old nephew Pelagius, the son of Magnus, who she made crazy according to the other books, yeah. Whatever the truth of the legend, it is undeniable that when Pelagius left Solitude in 3rd Era 145 to assume the title of the Emperor Pelagius III, he quickly became known as Pelagius the Mad. It is even widely rumored that he murdered his father, Magnus, by accident, according to the other books, by giving him the ring that Potema lied about. The Wolf Queen must surely have had the last laugh, although it's hard to know if you can trust that source either. Wow, incredible. Incredible. Yeah, sick. Okay. Anything else here? Sure, sell that. Great. Beautiful. Okay. I'm just gonna take a look at what people have here for a second. A bunch of books. You have a lot of money. We've read the 36 Lessons of Vivek Sermon 15. Yeah, we have. We probably sold that to them, in fact. Cool. So goodness, we have just a lot of scrolls. Some are heavier than others sometimes. Okay, that's fine to carry with us. You can just sell this common soul gem with a drag in it. No, but they can't even cover me. It's coins, yeah. It's tube, sure. Great. Keep our cuirass. Okay, great. You want to take those? You don't buy them. So we have a ton of money. but we're still unable to... Yeah, we just don't have like a powerful enough soul gem at the moment to enchant stuff, so far as we're aware. Can anybody else train us? And then we're gonna get out of here. That's really good. Okay. Anybody else train us? We're gonna nap. You ranged absorb fatigue? Bum, 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 bum. Not too many trainers here, actually. That's okay. 16. Okay. You can. Bandits. Okay. Training. Yeah. Blunt weapon. It's great.
We share the same company.
2,
What can I do for you?
3, 4, 5. X. Great. Great. We'll take it. You have ascended to level 17. Life isn't over. You can still get smarter or cleverer or more experienced or meaner, but your body and soul just aren't going to get any younger. Great. We need the endurance points. That's great. And I mean, I guess like honestly, I don't really want to push personality too much. Like in the grand scheme of things, more willpower. Take luck. Great.
What say you?
What say me? Two. 3, 4, 5. Turns times 3. Sick. Agility times 2. Times 2. Great. I'm just gonna... These are really cheap training points. We have a humongous amount of money to play with. Block is not... You cannot train a skill above its governing attribute? What? Okay. Block. That's great.
Hail and welcome, friend.
Train me.
Hail.
Get that blunt up. Okay, that's a level. We'll take that level. You've ascended to level 18. The challenge now is to stay at the peak as long as you can. You may be as strong today as any mortal who's ever walked the earth, but there's always someone younger. A new challenge. Sick. And we still have lots of levels in our back pocket. Okay, enough money spent. Great. Okay, and now we have an item for recall. Don't. That's okay. Hey, someone left their amulet here. Fancy that. Oh yeah, we also got, so we have so many Belina's ones. We have Belina's Efficacious Bomb, Perfect Bomb, Soothing Bomb. That's actually a better healing spell for us. And we had a spell that was like about... It's a spell of speed. Strong again. Nimbleness? No. His name's like our belt is named. Feet of Notorgo. Oh, I literally can't even. It costs 45 magicka. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Yeah, agreed, Kitanen. They put that level of effort in to have multiple perspectives. Great. All right, we take off. We're headed south. Out into the great wild yonder. Yo, what's that shack over there? I want to see it. Let's go see it. Holy shit, okay. Whoa, what the fuck is that, dude? A drag? Jeez. Gross. Ahoy there! Nice place you got here. Oh, there's a sunken ship over there. Yo, look at all these bugs. This is the first time in the game we've seen bugs like this. These like flying critters. That's a first. Nothing? Curious. Let's go inside. An abandoned shack, you say. Oh, how cozy. Cozy indeed. Nice loot. Oh. Nao's picture book of wood. What in heaven's name? The stuff you find. Wood is pretty. Wood is nice. If one looks good, I'll make it twice. Upon reaching the last page of the book, the words boat ack are seen scrawled about the margin in a vandalistic manner. Huh. Well. Cool. Alright, I think I've seen enough. Nice shack you've got here. Oh, there's like gold scattered on the ground. That's funny. Okay. Weird. Curious that the bowl is turned over on the table. Oh, fine. Okay. A little bit. We can just miss it next time. Yeah, that is fun though, that stuff is hidden. Let's go over here. I think it's a very fine line. I think in that case it's a really minor thing that he dug Arthur. It's pretty rare for Morrowind to do that kind of a thing, it feels like, just because there's not a I guess like super developed physics system. Feels like that kind of thing won't be happening too much. It's all good. It's all good. On, you foul fish. Okay. An old rotting barrel. It's full of shoes! And there's one nice pair of shoes. Oh, holy shit, look how deep the ocean goes and stuff. God. The water used to be opaque, yeah. Okay, okay. I can't wait until we get to go Subnautica style. Oh yeah, it used to look like liquid metal. Oh my goodness. Great. Shunned shipwreck cabin. Cool. Some monies. Some shoes. A chest with an enchanted silver sword. What's down here? Okay. Great. A barrel, a couple of barrels. Ingredients. I do like these shipwrecks a lot. They're just fun. They're just fun. All kinds of stuff you find in here. Yeah, I'm certain that if I had played Morrowind closer to release, my impression of it would be irrevocably just like affected by. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Need to do this a certain way. It would be impossible not to like be anchored to that, so to speak. Fuck. Okay, I do have some stuff that would let us breathe underwater, but bunch of skooma. More skooma. Chest with a bunch of soul gems in it and more skooma. All right, well, very good. Okay. Hashtag Austin is over party. Hell yes. Let's do it. Party all night, Austin all night. And etc. Yes, I've had enough. The ground can contain me no longer. Oh, you take it back. It seems to depend on location. Interesting. Yeah, we'll evoke them again for funsies. There's an entrance. Lots of good stuff here. Looks like, I reckon. Adad Shashanam. Oh god. Adad Shashanamu Shrine. This is not what we're looking for, maybe? Not quite sure. Anyway, let's go talk to these friends. We're here first, though. Whoa, nice one. Just let them... Whoop. Hunger? Weird. Ooh, what's your deal? Hi. You okay? You're just chilling over here, I guess? I don't think this is the one I was supposed to find.
Stupid!
Thanks. Okay. Thanks. So we could go in here. Scope it out for another second. We could go in here. What is that over there? I can't tell. Suspicious. Yeah, what's their deal, huh? What are they up to? Okay, so we were told to come to Ashalmimilkala. Would it be farther south of us? Large Daedric ruin, check. Ashalmimilkala? I'm not sure. Okay, we'll go in here in a second, but we're gonna jog on over. One thing we can do here. Instead of efficacious bomb. Perfect bomb, nice. Yeah, what's this? Huh? Yeah, this is a little interesting, okay. Hey, Maya.
Generalissimo.
I don't know what that means. Just come to us. Up. Okay, so this might be the place we're looking for. Yeah. Come on over. Great. So we can go inside. Which we'll do in a second. Let's just walk around. The place feels like a Dwemer ruin. Which I suppose... the name like Ashalmimilkala, that might make sense? Cool. What? Yo, it's a log. This log has a lockpick and a probe and a pile of money in it. Ain't that cool? Thanks, random log. What are the odds? Ashalmimilkala. No, what is this? This is some other place entirely. Yeah. Sit down, Centurion Spear. You're rich, money log! Oh, ow. Jeez. Ectoplasm and a steam centurion. Jeez. Okay, well, great. This is a Dwemer area, which is not exactly what I was looking for, but it's a living, I guess. All these fucking Dwemer tubes. Endless tubes. Big old fucking chest. iios knows the real treasure is in books. That's true. Kegs. Oops. Raw glass. Salts. Somewhere an NPC gets the notification. Your log has been updated. Yeah. No, because I took their gold. Because I took their log stash. Okay. Oh, we got a bunch of them, eh? Done. Done. Sit down. Okay, not bad. Yeah, we'll take your diamonds and your... Shoot, more people, huh? Okay. This is a tough Dwemer ruin. Phew. Okay. I love that, like, these guys, they, like, fight like their, like, fist pops out. It looks really silly. I mean, I could get a full set of Dwemer stuff. I guess here, put it in my bag. It's not that good of equipment, even. Like, don't get me wrong, it's decent, but... The other side ends. Stairs? Okay. Oh, I get it now, Austin. I didn't get it, but now I get it. I actually did not get it until just now. Because it was a log that we got the stuff in, but then they have like a quest log, so it's like multiple uses of the word log. I get it. Cool. I guess we found stuff? Well, we found some stuff, that's for sure. Cool. Not the most remarkable Dwemer ruin we've put in, but it's something. Ah, sigh. Okay, well, let's go over here instead. Capture fail. Bouncy, bouncy. More like nerd your card. That's something fuck awful. Alrighty. Got him. Whoa, we got people here and shit. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna sit here for 1 second while our fatigue restores.
Oh, look at
Hey,
me,
Katyata.
everybody. I'm so cool.
I hang out with lesbians. You sure do. You do now. You do now. Alright, we're gonna go Rambo. We're gonna go Rambo on all the asses. Yeah, magic. I want Soul Trap. Great. And then give me, yeah. Quaff me some Magicka here. Good. Good. Okay. We'll let this Magicka... I'm sorry. We'll let this fatigue restore for a tiny bit longer. We can lure you. Hi. Yes, you. Come closer. Did that work? I don't even know what that did. Galara Dragon, welcome!
Galara Dragon raided iios channel with 14 friends.
So good to have you all. Yo, Cran fans. Yo, I love cranberries. How's it going, Galara Dragon? I hope you had a great stream. What kind of stuff were you making and crafting? Welcome to Morrowind. Welcome to the longest little old playthrough of Morrowind this side at Twitch.tv. Hello, new friends. Yeah, welcome. Yes.
Music has always soothed my vicious temper.
Mine as well. Mine as well, Galara. Yeah, music is truly the cranberry of life. Hey, Kiniko's Dragon, welcome. I need to compile OpenMW someday. You can just download it. I didn't have to, like, do too much work on it. How does Soul Trap work? Do I trap you? That work? Oh, I guess that did work. Item does not have enough charge. Well, doesn't, Irin... I am pretty certain this was not the Daedric Temple I meant to crash in on, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. OpenMW is great. Getting any gems here? Is this working? How would I even tell? Does that mean I didn't get a soul? I have one common soul gem with a Dreg soul. I have greater soul gems, I have grand soul gems, I have petty soul gems. I have common soul gems, but I don't have any gems with like a human soul in them, that's for sure. Yeah, Clear is fantastic. You're on Linux, I can't just download things, ha ha. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a doozy. Well, compiling OpenMW sounds like a fun... Oh, that's what it looks like. I must not have been soul capturing. That's what it looks like. Okay. Thanks. See, but even if I do that, now I have like a Winged Twilight Soul. I still can't make a constant effect item. 300 charge isn't bad. I guess we need to figure out a way to get items with a higher charge. Gosh, I tried to use Linux when I was an intern in my intern days. Such a mistake.
You're not even trying.
Okay, how about this? How about I do that? If failed casting the spell. Great.
Ow!
Okay, but I don't get your soul for that. So we can't capture human souls, at least. Curious.
You don't deserve to live.
Wow. Classic Bosmer BS, dude.
Stupid.
Yeah, who's stupid now, huh? Huh? Eridon. Nice armor and stuff. Yeah, likewise. Of course, yeah, Lordy is my spouse and it's absolutely lovely, and I hang out in Lordy channel a lot. It's lovely to have you, Galara Dragon. Yeah, it really is. My other name is Cranberry. Friends call me Cran. That's awesome. What kind of? I am curious though. What kind of art you were doing? Yeah, of course, Galara. Of course. Oh, a black soul gem. Right. I don't know if we'll find black soul gems here. Huh? Oh, how about you? How about you? How about you? Okay. God damn it. Fine. I really don't have any more Restore Magica potions to make this work. Stop failing to cast the spell. What the actual shit, dude? Thank you. Jesus. You have trapped a soul. Okay. Okay. Remora Lore, Dwarven Halberd, which looks awesome, by the way. Okay. So now... See, but Remora Lore was worth less than Winged Twilight. This is bullshit. Okay. I just have no clue how to make this work. But that's okay, we'll figure it out.
Give in. You're dead already.
Okay. That's 3 shields? And then you go in. Nice. I like it. Target resisted magic. Well, not anymore. Jolting. Oops. You were making a pixel art mosaic with tiny plastic pixels on a pegboard. Oh, that's really cool. Actually, that sounds great. You had a fun time. Oh, wait. Huh? Is there a second story up here? I don't know what these things are, but they're kind of cool. I wonder who this giant statue is. Is there anything else going on here that we're missing? Can't help but feel like I am missing something. You enjoyed Daggerfall more than Morrowind? Yeah, Kanaikos? Huh. If I look here on local, yeah, there's no other exits or anything. So that's really not what I was looking for. Okay, well, our lack of magic is really gonna affect us here. Might have to just take a couple of level ups. I probably just should get used to that notion. And you're chill? I killed a bunch of people inside. Well, what do you know? It's you, iios. I was just thinking of you. Do you need anything? Who are you?
I'm ready for anything. Go ahead.
Do we just want to take a level? Why don't we just take a level? You have ascended to level 19. You're really good, maybe the best, and that's why it's so hard to get better. But you just keep trying, because that's the way you are. It is. This is an awkward level. I guess I'm just going to toss our points into the things that we have least of. Then we head south, more or less. Yo, do I have I must have a disease. What is hurting my intelligence? Something. You like new cat cam? I'm glad you like it. Yeah, something appears to be negatively impacting my intelligence, but what? We are walking, we are keeping an eye out. Huh. Maybe it's there? No, that's the, yeah, that's Fort Halormaran. We might go to Halormaran soon. This is it. This must be it. I have not Kanikos. This is still my first playthrough, so I'm really just, like, taking it all in, I would say. I know being dumb is what's negatively impacting my intelligence. Yeah.
Get the government out of my fucking
Yeah,
snap.
you tell him. Damn, yeah, goddamn, you tell them, Kidikos. I'm with you there. That. Oh, that actually does hurt. Who else? Okay. Yeah, I feel like my intelligence. I know, super sorceress. What happened? Oh, it's so dark in here to be fighting. Daedric ruins are so confusing. Go this way. Maybe a frost Atronak would give us a better soul gem. That hurt. Long blade to 80. A Daedric club. Weight 36. Okay, I'll take it for just this moment. Your webcam is located in the way where your buff and debuff icons are. On the top right. Oh, it's behind me? No, I mean, I know they're behind me, but here, if I look right here, right? Mask of Clavicus Vial, Mara's Skirt, Resist Fire, Mara's Blouse, right? There's no other icon behind me. So. Kind of weird. It's usually when you restart a character. Yeah, Daddy Dagothar. I feel like we'll still find some tricky encounters here. Oh, and we got drained. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. Our intelligence got drained. Wow. Imagine if you would drain your friends' intelligence. Be like, LOL, you're dumb now. Wow, that sucked to get hit by a lot. Yeah, you have to go and restore attributes. Yeah, you do. Okay, 2 of these at once is not my ideal. That's fine. Smack! Smack! Woof! I did play Deus Ex on stream, in fact. We had a good time. We did it. We were pacifists. Let's agree that it was a pacifist playthrough. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we did that quite a while ago, actually, now on stream. But it was a grand old time. It is late, Claire. We won't go too much longer. I've just been looking for this. Ashalmimilkala. Praise it! Thank you, Delta.
Has an extra special video for us to watch, Scully.
Praise the Ashalmimilkala. This is what it was all about. Ow. Okay, let's watch it. I like that they wait until after the sign-off to be like, you okay, man? You know? Jeez. Yeah, lovely to have you all. We're usually not up quite this late, I say, as we're up late another night. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with a lot of games, and just being very thorough. Being very thorough with our games. I'm sorry, I missed this question, Snail Chaser. Is there a quest where you go on a journey with a lady to turn her into an inanimate object? I don't think. I don't know. That's very specific. Some might almost say suspiciously specific. Hey, welcome, Balandar. Alright, the true battle begins. Nice sword. Done. Nice claymore. Howdy. Yes, come hither. Ooh, nice shield.
You haven't a chance against me.
I might have a chance. Wow. Dramatic. Dramatic much? Ring of Wildfire, Potion, Longsword. Okay. I don't know how I wouldn't have killed them. You had shared a wonderful event. I'm sorry about that, Valandar. Yes, of course. Yeah, what was your wonderful event? You were at a local gaming pub, and a regular came in with their half husky, half Aussie shepherd. You look at these statues, though. Awesome. Hopper bounced around and greeted everyone, including every new person. She got to me, bounced her paws in your lap, and gave you kisses in the face. You win! You win, Valandar. Everybody needs. Yes. I want to do this. Ow. That. Oh, no. Not fair. Too fast. I'm not close enough. Oh, that hurts, dude. That hammer. It's no joke. Oh, okay. Holy shit. A Daedric Warhammer. It weighs 96. But it has 70 on chop. Jesus. H. Christ. Wow. Please heal! Please heal! We will. We will. Well, that weighs a lot. Oh, I don't actually want to wield it, but... it's awesome. Easy! It's just a flesh wound! We have 1 HP left. It's all good. Yeah, prefer to potion this. Good. Okay, so that's Ashalmimilkala. That's like... we're not done yet. Yeah, that goes down there. It goes both directions. We still have to do... we have to free our friend. Let's go to the right first, though. We need to free our friend. Does that go somewhere? Doesn't. Oh my god. There we go. Yeah, wherever our friend is, we have to free them. And we need to, like, kill the big bad. I wonder if this is the direct... huh. Curious. Okay, so we've circled around. We have another area up there we can't quite get to. Yeah, thanks. Well, I think I have a spell of water breathing here, actually. Do you need to recharge the weapon? I mean, it's out of charge. Do I need to? No, I don't need to. Need is a strong word. I don't need to recharge it. I'm more than capable of annihilating these fools without my thing charged. I'm not sure. This is kind of feels like a back way, but let's just waltz on in here. Besides, honestly, using yo, mandatory. Yeah, thank you, Trappy. Yeah, enjoy your ad-free Galara. Oh, wait a minute. Yo, okay, this is cool. What have we found here? Hey, Urgerad. Cheap chameleon ring. Honestly, using soul gems to recharge items seems really wasteful, given that, what is it? Like, these Winged Twilight soul gems only restore, what, like a couple hundred? Versus I can sell them for way more. Scroll of Fiercely Roasting. Take. Okay, that was part of our quest. Yo, we needed flying, actually, to do this. It's interesting. Okay, now I can drop down. Okay. Okay, interesting. So, okay, so down here... some stairs. Yep, we swim up. Yeah. God, why is Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup so compelling? There's so much depth. Hey, Slim Cognito Entertainment, welcome. Yeah, but you won't say that to my face. Oh, that's bad. Oh, do walk in though. Yeah, do run in, mage. Hey, Carol. Yeah, do run in on me. Fortify skill armorer? Like, what's the most useless thing imaginable? Blood despair amulet. Whoops. Potion. I mean, it's not awful, but it's like... Honestly, armorer is like among the worst skills in the game. You know? It's like the ability to repair your armor. You know? Yeah, in Skyrim where you can make stuff, that's different for sure. What's this? Scroll of Drathus's Soul Rot. Yo! Drink! Oh, thank you, KQ. Cheers. Thank you for the sip. If you've been hanging out and you haven't sipped, that's your command to sip. Yeah, welcome, Slim Cognito. It's an incredibly cozy game. We've been playing it in a way where we read all of the books that we find as well. Maybe we'll find one here. Oh, look, what have we found? Some books. And our quest to read every book in Morrowind has been lengthy, voluminous, very strong. It's been a great time. Flamebane will take. Scroll of the Black Storm. Yo! Shock damage. And damage magicka. These sound like amazing scrolls. What do we got? Song of the Alchemist. Song of the Alchemists. We have not read. Okay. As we play through Morrowind, we have this spreadsheet we're keeping track of. All the books we read. This will be our 195th book. We're trying to read them all. We've read Spirit of the Daedra. I'm like 90% sure. Yeah, we have. Whoops. Which is this? We'll take it. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your alchemy skill increased to 44. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow. Playing again for a couple of days. Yeah. So many promising characters. Thank you.
It's in a book.
A reading rainbow. Thank you. Did you see the Dwarf Fortress? Yeah, it finally has a release date for December. Yeah, it's very exciting. I don't, it's on my wish list. I'm not sure if I just bought it. I might have already bought it. As silly as that sounds. All right, let's read this book. We're up really late. Well, let's read this book and finish this dungeon and stuff in this quest that we started on. Okay. The Song of the Alchemists, Ancient Tales of the Dwemer, Part 5 by Marabar Soul. When King Moranian's alchemist had to leave his station after a laboratory experiment that yielded detonation, the word went out that the king did want a new savant to mix his potions and brews, but he declared he would only choose a fellow who knew the tricks and tools. The king refused to hire on more fools. Yeah, have a good night, Kinikos Dragon. We'll be back, Kinikos Dragon. We'll be back tomorrow, anyway. In case you want to catch us then. After much deliberation, discussions, and debates, the king picked two well-learned candidates, Eanthippus Minthurk and Emphatic Fair, an ambitious pair. Vied to prove which one was the best. Said the king, there will be a test. They went to a large chamber with herbs, gems, tombs, pots, measuring cups, all under high crystalline dooms. Make me a tonic that will make me invisible, laughed the king in a tone some would call risible. So Emphatic Fair and Eanthippus Minthurk began to work, mincing herbs, mashing metal, refining strange oils, cautiously setting their cauldrons to burbling boils, each on his own, sending mixing bowls mixing, sometimes peeking to see what the other was fixing. After they had worked for nearly 3/4 an hour, both Eanthippus Minthurk and Emphatic Fair winked at the other, certain he won. Said King Moranion, now you must taste the potions you've wrought. Take a spoon and sample it right from your pot. Minthurk vanished as his lips touched his brew, but Fair tasted his and remained apparent in view. You think you mixed silver, blue diamonds, and yellow grass, the king laughed. Look up, Fair, up to the ceiling glass. The light falling makes the ingredients you choose quite different hues. What do you get? Asked the floating voice, bold, of a potion of red diamonds, blue grass, and gold. By Dwemer God, said Fair, his face in a wince, I've made a potion to fortify my own intelligence. Publisher's note, this poetry is so clearly in the style of Gore Falim that it really does not need any commentary. Note the simple rhyming scheme of AABBCC, the sing-song but purposefully clumsy meter, and the recurring jokes at the obviously absurd names, Emphatic Fair and Eanthippus Minthurk. The final joke that the stupid alchemist invents a potion to make himself smarter by pure accident would have appealed to the anti-intellectualism of audiences in the interregnum period, but would certainly be rejected by the Dwemer. Note that even Marabar Sul refuses to name any Dwemer gods. The Dwemer religion, if it can even be called that, is one of the most complex and difficult puzzles of their culture. Over the millennia, the song became a popular tavern song in High Rock before eventually disappearing from everything but scholarly books, much like the Dwemer themselves. Cool. What do we got in here? Thanks. Well, I think we made it. Okay. So, the last thing we do now is we go turn in our quest. There's no one else here to fight me, though. Even though the music is going all a certain way. So, we will cast CV Intervention. I actually want... Is it... Okay. Amulet, yeah. Balmoral? Great. We will drop off our Fancy Pants Dwemer pants. That's great. Interregnum people didn't like them highfalutin smart folks. It's true. It's true. You know, this Daedric Warhammer is cool. It's so heavy. It's 96. Yo, Mr. 7, you're welcome. Are we the baddies? Maybe. Okay, we're gonna leave that really heavy Warhammer here. Dwemer metal pantaloons, yeah. For every occasion. And I think we're headed to turn in the quest. Recover a powerful artifact. Yeah, we head home. Great. Give it a swing. Sure. I'm interested. It'll be hard to... I do eventually want to put away our longsword, our two-handed longsword. Holy shoot, it looks awesome! Clank. Yeah, and it does most of its damage on chop. Slash does too. Good damage too, though. Wham! 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 It's a little slower. It's a little bit slower. But it makes up for that by just being fucking big. Yeah, thanks. Does it look cool in first person? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably. We'll come back. We'll come back and get it. Before too long. Our blunt weapon is not bad. Now it's 40. It's not bad at all. Do we make the change? Is now the time? You know, our long blade has just reached 80. We mix things up? Guess so. Now's the time. Alright, long blade, stay here. Daedric Warhammer, come with us. Okay, here's what it looks like. Whoa, it looks sick, dude. Bam. Huge. Yeah, don't mess with me. We can enchant this thing too, in theory. Looks great. Variety is the spice of murdering fools. It is, Austin. It is. Austin gets it. Let's go back into the memorable Balmora bookseller. Great to see you. Long time no see.
Is there some...
Okay, we go to Vivek. We're gonna turn in this quest. It's actually Ebonheart we want to go to. Ah, I love the rain though. I just uniformly love the rain in Morrowind. It's so great. Gosh, it halfway makes me just want to walk. Is blunt weapons just words? I feel like although you put a lot of time in training with the sword, your skills simply aren't good enough to kill me. That's hurtful. It's so blunt, Rohamild. You know, be more delicate with your feedback. Oh, shoot. Ring of Divine... Ring of... Adusamsi's ring. Perfect.
I like what I see.
Greetings to you. A pleasure to meet you.
Ahoy! By killing Caracalmo and Mariaran, you have avenged the deaths of the healer Urgerod and his master, Drofar on Stiffneck, and rid the world of a great evil. You have served the Imperial cult well. Please take these gauntlets of glory and put them to good use. Speak to me again when you are ready to undertake another of the Oracle's quests. Goodbye. Wow, just like a bajillion of these quests. What have you got for me? We have some light armor, which can be used to fortify some abilities. Hand-to-hand and unarmored. Great. Thank you. Adept iios, Stendar has granted me a vision of the artifact Skull Crusher. Oh, tell me more. Karakamo, you've rid the world of a great evil. Urgerad, you avenged the deaths of the healer Urgerad and his master, drove far and Stiffneck, and rid the world of a great evil. Tell me about Skull Crusher. During the Skyrim captivity, the master weaponsmith Hilbengard of Skyrim and the enchanter Durak Gusal created an enchanted warhammer, feather light, yet brutal as an Atronach's fist. This artifact, named Skullcrusher by its makers, was lost when thieves snatched it from a festival display. Legends say its makers gave Skullcrusher the power to betray unlawful possessors, returning by its own will to its makers. All accounts indicate that Durak Gusal and Hilbengard forged Skullcrusher at a Daedric site on Vardenfell, but no one has ever identified the site. But Stendar has given me a sign. He has shown me a vision of Hilbengard's forge, a Daedric ruin with a forge of molten stone at its heart. But fate has sealed this Daedric ruin forever from the world above by a colossal rockfall. Yet there is another way into Hilbengard's forge. It lies through the halls of the dead. I do not know where these halls of the dead lie, but I know the way is dark and guarded by restless spirits, and the forge itself is guarded by the powerful Daedra who served Durak Gusal in his enchantment rituals. Ask a Dunmer savant and a Dunmer scout about a sealed Daedric ruin, which might conceal Hilbengard's forge, and ask about the halls of the dead, another ruin or grave guarded by undead spirits near this site. Through such a portal might the questing hero seek Skullcrusher, the peerless warhammer lost to men since the First Era. I believe this legendary weapon is fated to your hand. If you find Skullcrusher, bring it to me so I may bless it and free it of its creator's curse. Skullcrusher, I believe this artifact has been shown to me because it is meant for your hand, but bring it to me so that I may bless it and remove any curse placed on it by its creators that may enable it to betray you. Sealed Daedric ruin. In my vision, the Warhammer Skullcrusher would be found in a Daedric ruin, but one whose passages had collapsed, sealing access to its lower precincts. Halls of the Dead. My vision revealed that access to Hilbengard's forge would be found only through the Halls of the Dead. I know of no Halls of the Dead, but perhaps if you consult with local Dunmer savants and scouts, you may gain insight into this puzzling reference. Okay. Before we do anything, we walk next door, go upstairs, we talk to our local Dunmer savant. And we see what we see.
Walk with virtue.
Out of here.
A warm welcome to you.
Boots of the Apostle. You found the boots, you must tell me all about it. Halls of the Dead. That might be any Dunmer ancestral tomb. The ancient Dunmer word for ancestral tomb is Cardrune. Rune translates to home or hearth hall. Card means undeparted kin wardens. The sense is very close to your phrase, Halls of the Dead. Thank you, chat, for defending my right to private hordiness. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what that's from? Well, that doesn't tell me anything. There's a ton of ancestral tombs, in fact, and we've kind of been not going into them. Maybe another Dunmer scout will tell us. Maybe that scout in Vivek can tell us more. Well, let's take a stroll outside. Well, we have lots more amazing fun questing ahead of us. Tonight, though, we did good. You know, we did good, chat. Let's look out. Yes, that's more like it. Heck, let's do this. Sorry, this belt is a leopard print. The belt we have on is leopard print. Yeah, it's just a comfy little cozy... Ridiculous. You know, I earned this. This is what gaming looks like, okay? So we can come up here and take in the majesty of Morrowind. That's so wanky. Yeah. You know. 80 feet in the air. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. Well, actually, we'll play more of this. I don't know. I don't know where the hell that is. It's not that specific. We've seen a lot of tombs. We're gonna have to, like, really start to go into them. But in the meantime, let's go raid somebody. Let's go hang out with some nice friends, doing some nice stuff. Who we like an awful lot. Yeah, boy, Dusty's still on Maze. Still doing Maze game. Going good. You know what? Let's actually, I want to go see, we'll go see Blogger Dad for a second. Blogger Dad's really cool. Blogger Dad does, is a streamer who does arts and crafts, but one thing they do is they make dioramas of other streamers as setups. Now I know you're saying, but iios, how could one do a diorama of your setup? Yay. I don't know, we'd figure it out. But let's go see Blogger Dad. Blogger Dad is so sweet. Just does really cool content. It makes really cool art. So say hi, let's be nice, and have a good night, everybody. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. See ya!